Goaltending was a major topic of discussion in the Leafs' 08-09 season. Vesa Toskala was coming off a campaign in which he posted 33 wins in 66 games and was one of the major bright spots of last year. However, as this season played out, Toskala was struggling to regain his form from last year.
I think, first of all, he's got to realize he hasn't played well.
I couldn't make the saves today, what needed to keep us in a game, and I don't know, good chances.
We didn't get a save when we needed it.
Yeah, I should say that. Yeah, it was a tough start, for me and for the whole team.
Well, he's deep in the net. He's a small goalie. You better get out of the crease, I'll tell you that.
It's just hockey, sometimes it happens, and maybe a couple of weeks from now we're able to laugh about it.
After being challenged by General Manager Brian Burke to be better, Toskala responded with some of his best play of the season.
Vesa played outstanding today, kept us in there with a lot of outstanding saves.
Vesa played very well. When we needed him, for sure, he came up with some big saves.
A whole different ballgame if it's not for Vesa. He played outstanding.
He's been awesome for us, and that's the reason why the past few games we're playing a lot better.
However, on trade deadline day, March 4th, it was announced Toskala would be shut down for the season, an unfortunate circumstance for a goaltender who had raised the level of his play in recent weeks.
I'm going to the IR today, and I'm going to have my surgeries done next week.
So you're shut down for the season?
Yeah.
We've had these discussions going on for almost a month now. We've debated as a group, including Vesa, myself and Brian, medical staff, and the doctor will do the surgery in Colorado.
I think there was a lot of time there where he didn't know what was going on. He didn't feel right. He wasn't right. And now, as it turns out, he's going to have surgery. So for all the doubters there all season long, he had a pretty good excuse.
I truly believe this. Vesa used part of this as an excuse to get out of working hard, as all of us. He's a human being. It's a little sore I don't have to work as hard. When Brian challenged him, right or wrong, and I think it was right, because he wasn't working. He wasn't talking about his injury at that time, not even to the coaches. He actually worked harder in practice, and you saw the results.
I probably wouldn't do it at all if we would be closer to the playoff line. But in that time we was like 10 points out of the playoffs, so it didn't really make any sense to play anymore.
He was trying to play with all this pain, and now he said in hindsight how he feels today. He's really glad he did it. He thinks that he could actually have played in 2 to 3 weeks from now. That's how good he feels. Now, I have all the faith in the world that if he's healthy, he should be our number one goalie next year.
I feel pretty good. I started to do a little bit more exercise a couple of days ago, and things been going pretty well.
When I took Vesa on publicly as far as his work habits, he was very angry. And felt that it was unfair because he had medical issues, and obviously it was borne out that he was right. I saw a competitive side of him that I really liked, where he basically was telling me to stick it, and I don't mind when players tell me to stick it. So I echo what Ronnie has said, that we're confident Vesa, having been surgically repaired, can be the guy here.
Justin Pogge's debut took place in Atlanta on December 22nd, 4 years after he was drafted 90th overall. The rookie would win his first game, stopping 19 of 21 shots to begin his career on a good note.
I feel pretty good. The guys came out and they played a hell of a game, and I'm really excited to get the first win.
Nice to see Justin play as well as he did. I thought we played really well in front of him, but nonetheless, he made 3 or 4 saves that could have, created some momentum for them.
When they had their chances, he made some big saves for us, and I'm really happy for him.
Unfortunately for Pogge, there would not be many more bright spots in his inaugural season.
Yes, what did you say to Justin during the time out there?
I brought him over, and I wanted to know if he wanted to continue. And this is what you got. You got to show us you can battle through this.
I'm definitely not happy with how we've been playing.
After getting a taste of NHL action, the result would be Justin being challenged to focus on the mental aspect of his game, the key to succeeding in Toronto as a goaltender.
I've had this discussion with Justin. If you draw a box on the wall, and then you draw 2 lines through it, so there's 4 quadrants. One is size. He's got that. Second is athletic ability, because if a goaltender doesn't have extraordinary athletic ability, he's never going to play. He's got that. 3 is compete level. He's got that. But every starting goaltender in the American Hockey League has those 3 things.
I think physically, he's got all the talent in the world.
And if he doesn't have size, he's exceptional in the other 2 areas. He's got an unbelievable compete level, and he's a phenomenal athlete.
If anything, there are some mental hurdles he's got to jump over.
What keeps most guys out of the show is that 4th box. The mental stamina and stability you need to be a starting goaltender and carry a team on your back. That 4th box is the trap. That's the trap that most goalies fall into, and they can't handle that 4th box. So we don't know yet if Justin Pogge can handle that 4th box now. He has not yet, I can tell you that.
For Curtis Joseph, getting win, number 450 of his NHL career, proved to be a difficult task. December 30th, in a game versus the Flashers, he would finally reach that milestone.
Curtis Joseph has win number 450.
He's a great teammate, great leader on his team, and he battled so hard tonight, and even in the practice, he worked so hard every day, and he's a great guy.
I played with him when I just got here in 2000, so basically I know him for a long time, and he's a great guy and a great goalie, so I'm just happy for him.
Did you hear him chanting Cujo?
Oh yeah. You block out the negative stuff and you hear the good stuff. Oh yeah, you could hear that. It's a great feeling, and they want you to do well for sure.
Curtis Joseph's going in, so Martin Gerber's been tossed. And what a spot for Curtis Joseph. The 41-year-old has to come in with less than a minute to go in the 3rd period. There's Backstrom. Green stepped into that. Joseph stops it. Ovechkin stopped by Joseph. Back-to-back stops. Off 2 guys with a combined 32 power play goals on the year. And there's 7. One last chance in overtime. Joseph got that. And time is going to run out. Curtis Joseph bringing back some grand old memories here in Toronto.
No, it's not easy coming in after not playing for 59 minutes. He made a huge save at the end of regulation, and then a couple on that on their power play in overtime, and he showed us why he's great in a shootout.
Alexander Ovechkin against Curtis Joseph. Joseph stops him. Curtis Joseph with a remarkable relief performance, and the Toronto Maple Leafs prevail in the shootout.
You get a little adrenaline rush, no question. You're always got to be ready, and fortunately I was. I think the older you get, the more you appreciate playing in this league. It's the best league in the world, obviously, and I think the best job in the world. So I try and bring passion every day and compete with my teammates in practice, and then make sure I compete in the game.